Sneako has always been a polarizing figure. Polarizing and angry. I've been watching this dude for years, and his message hasn't changed, but his approach definitely has. Sneako used to think nothing really matters and was extremely nihilistic in his worldview. I'd say he still has those tendencies, but he's worked on it a lot, and now it seems he cares about everything. I used to be inspired by his cinematic videos, about pretty much anything. From how people view you to his 1-minute podcast, I've always been interested in the mind of Sneako. Even now, Sneako is a spectacle to watch. But even though I do agree with a lot of the things he says, it seems he's fallen from grace a bit. Sneako has made of victim mentality many times before. And even now, he's still making fun of it, calling it out quite often. But the problem I see is that he falls down the same rabbit hole of victimhood in which he criticizes. Who's to blame for the fall of masculinity? Who's to blame for people being idiots? Who's to blame for echo chambers forming? Who's to blame for the figureheads at the top controlling mass media? Shit, we don't know. What we do know is Sneako loves complaining about it. He loves calling out how we all are, and we just might as well all just make our money, right? And sign up for his creator course. Just get your bag, bro. Sneako has attained a level of wealth people can only dream of, from doing something that people would call a dream job. But it seems he's angrier than ever. Why? It seems his views are being pushed to their absolute extremes. And he's learned how to be extremely polarizing and lucrative with those ideas. Only one problem though. He's been a huge hypocrite this whole time. Sneako loves complaining. He loves critiquing. He has it in his blood and in his content. While he bashes liberals, rightfully so, about their victim mentality and how they need to grow up, it would seem Sneako is pretty self-aware of how childish his stances are sometimes. He's said multiple times about the things he's criticized that he's even talking about himself too, which would make sense if he made more of a conscious effort to quell those unconscious motivations that make him a hypocrite. He's been confronted with holes in his worldview this whole time, yet he can't see that he's hurting. His projection of the world is what he sees. The reason why his beliefs are becoming so polarizing and so entropic is because he's creating a world of lies. He's pulling from that world of lies, putting in some truth there, putting in some truth here, but overall it seems like these lies have been perpetuated throughout all of Western ideology for centuries now. Western men have begun to hate Western women because of what the culture that they've created have turned women into. It's quite odd how you get mad at the problem you've created and complain without actually doing anything about it, except for perpetuating the society that you reject. Instead, you chase money, you chase glory, or something else not worth being able to form any actual genuine connections with the opposite sex. The pill metaphor these groups use to define people who are alive or awake.
I am awake.
Usually are probably not very keen on their reactions either. See, when you mix truth and lies, things tend to get jumbled up, and people will form their own bias to whatever side appeals to their ideas the most. The red pill just means you've seen the truth of the world, but that truth is a simple bias towards a reality that was created for you. It is your job to form what kind of world it is for you. From my perspective, this red pill stuff doesn't wake you up to reality at all. What it does is leave you stuck in a different kind of negativity engine. The red pills are the ones who don't give a fuck about your feelings, and the blue pillars are the ones who don't give a fuck about your facts. Yet, we all need both. We all need both to survive. You need imagination to create things, and you need logic to physically see it in this reality. Although, at the end of the day, the subconscious is what controls what you see in the world. So, if you subscribe to the red pill ideology, all you will see are the evils of the world. You may get that quick dopamine boost from that rush of adrenaline you feel when you're shutting down that libtard, or rush of testosterone from when you're working out in the gym and crushing down those protein shakes. Yet, you're being just as controlled as the opposition you fight against, especially when you're arguing with them. you still haven't formed a true mind of your own. You're following others' philosophy, which is a cop-out and is hypocrisy in of itself. Everything has intelligence. Everything just works, as anyone would say. There's nothing wrong with forming your own view of the world around you, but it's when you take others' perspectives and experiences and start to become emotionally or logically attached to them as if they're your own, and that is the problem. That is the trap of how echo chambers are formed. This is spreading to the kids, the teens, the more impressionable adults. Now you get to play victim and whine about how the world is unfair when this is the world you've created for yourself. When you bitch about the bitches, you become a bitch. Everything happens for you, not to you. You may have the right to complain, but at least do something about it. Don't just fall into the same mindset of everyone else, tricking millions of people into an MLM because this is just how the world works. I'm providing value. What value, Sneako? What esoteric knowledge can you possibly provide that people can't get somewhere on YouTube from more successful creators? You have become the very thing you used to be against, but that's only expected. I understand people change, situations change, but you want to see people change for the better, or at least get more nuanced with their opinions. It seems Sneako have traded nuance for polarization, which, at this point in my life, I could care less. I mean, get your bag, Sneako, do your thing. I ain't hating on you.
#1 victory royale, yeah.
To be honest, Sneako is just a figurehead for this video. A puppet, if you will. Something that, whatever Sneako's real name is, created to project into this digital space. I don't know the guy. I don't know any of these red pill puppets. But what I do see is the victim mentality rooted in the actions of the red pill. To the point where Sneako would actually pretend to be a victim of a beating and that he was going to quit streaming. This went viral and even has people talking about this genius move that Sneako pulled off. Yet that said something to me. Sneako does feel some kind of way about being cancelled all the time. If you've noticed, Sneako always jokes about his insecurities. He's scared for society. That's why he's so loud and angry all the time now. He wants people to see his point of view. Overall, this video wasn't just about Sneako. It's about me. I'm just using Sneako as a character to project onto. I've been so angry and fed up with the world and with people and all these things, not realizing I'm just fed up with myself. I was scared of what I would become, or if I would just stay the same as I used to be. Scared I would never be able to impact things the way I want to. Scared of not being something. Now I realize none of that is really anything to be scared about. I realize once I set an intention, it's going to come true, with or without me in the end. The thoughts, ideas, and habits I form as an individual matter more than anything I can say or criticize about someone else. So with all that said, let's try not being a victim of victim mentality.